Annyeonghaseyo. Welcome to Namu K-Waves. What if I told you there is a child actor, so young, yet so powerful on screen that people are calling him the future of Korean drama? Not in 10 years, not potential, right now. And his name is Baby Yuho. But here's what makes this story even more shocking. This is not luck. This is something much deeper. Something that most parents are completely missing. This child is so powerful that people are starting to ask a very uncomfortable question. Is this even normal? But here's where the story takes a turn nobody is talking about, because this is not just about talent. This is about how he was raised, and what his parents did differently might completely change how you see parenting forever. Stay with me, because the deeper we go into this story, the more unbelievable it becomes. You have seen child actors before. You have smiled at them. You have said, "Aw, so cute," and then you moved on. But Baby Yuho? People are not moving on. They are re-watching his scenes, analyzing his expressions, slowing down clips, trying to understand one thing. Why does he feel so real? It all started with one scene. Just one. A quiet moment in our universe. No loud dialogue, no dramatic music, just Yuho, reacting. And somehow, that reaction hit harder than entire performances by grown actors. That's when everything changed, because once the internet notices something unusual, it does not let go. Within days, his name started circulating. Within weeks, he was trending, and within a short time, people began calling him something very dangerous in the entertainment world, the next big thing. But here's the problem with that title. Most people who get it cannot carry it. So why does it feel like Yuho can? Let us break this down, because what you are seeing is not accidental. Children do not just wake up and become emotionally intelligent on camera. They do not just suddenly understand timing, expression, presence. Those things are built, layer by layer, moment by moment, day by day, which leads to the most important question in this entire story. What happened in Yuho's early life? Because behind every extraordinary child, there is an invisible system, a way of raising, a pattern, a decision. And in Yuho's case, that system is what makes this story so powerful. From a very early age, Yuho was not treated like someone who needed to be controlled. He was treated like someone who needed to be understood, and that's rare, very rare. Most children are told what to do, but Yuho, he was guided on how to think, and this is where everything shifts. Because when you teach a child how to think instead of just what to do, you create something different. You create awareness, confidence, presence, and that's exactly what you are seeing on screen. Now imagine this, a child who is allowed to express emotions freely, a child who is not constantly shut down, a child who is encouraged to observe, to feel, to react. That child doesn't just grow, that child evolves. And when that evolution meets a camera, something powerful happens. And that's exactly what happened with Baby Yuho. But we're just getting started, because the real story is not his success. The real story is what his success reveals. Directors are paying attention. Casting teams are watching, because talents like this do not come often. And when they do, they reshape expectations. They raise the standard. They force the industry to rethink what's possible. And here's the part most people are not ready to hear. Yuho is not competing with other child actors. He's competing with everyone. And somehow, he's holding his ground. Have you ever watched someone and felt like they're not trying? Like everything is just flowing naturally? That's what makes Yuho different. There's no struggle, no visible effort, just presence. And presence is what captivates people. But here's the hidden truth. What looks effortless is usually the result of something very intentional. And this is where parents need to pay attention. Because this is not just about acting. This is about raising a child who is confident in who they are. A child who doesn't shrink. A child who doesn't second-guess their value. And that starts at home. Now let me ask you something. What if the reason many children never reach their full potential is not lack of talent, but lack of environment? Think about that, because Yuho's story is starting to suggest exactly that. The more people watch him, the more one thing becomes clear. This is not temporary. This is not hype. This is foundation. And foundation is what creates longevity. And if this foundation continues to be built the right way, then what we are witnessing right now is only the beginning of something much bigger. Imagine Yuho in 5 years. More experience, more control, more depth. If he is already this impactful now, then what happens when he fully matures as an actor? Because that future is coming faster than people think, and when it arrives, everyone will remember one thing. They saw the signs early. This is not just a story about a child actor. This is a story about possibility, about what happens when potential is not ignored, when talent is not suppressed, when a child is allowed to become who they truly are. And now the question shifts from who is baby Yuho to something much more powerful. What can we learn from him? Because one day, he will no longer be called baby Yuho. He will just be called a star. And when that day comes, this moment, right now, will feel like history. Thanks for watching N0RMAL K-Waves.